I have been asked by several people to make a video tutorial of sorts how to make your own sheet metal car. And it's pretty easy. First one I made was the predecessor to this, which I don't have any pictures of. It was really cool though. The rocket car, rocket powered car. Also the first car I made with a curvature. I've made small cars. A lot of y'all have seen the Time Machine DeLorean with its opening hood. Cheviac, that was pretty cool. Until I just wore it straight the heck out. And here's a bare bones body side panel here. And all you really do is hold it together with tabs from the back, and then you could reinforce it underneath with any kind of bracing, like this bar there, these back here. Make your own body mounts to fit it to your chassis. I mean, pretty basic stuff. And generally I use the same kind of body mounts like on the Cheviac. This one has a couple curvatures on it. As you can see, which I'll show you later in the video, in a curvature, when I tell you you need to shark tooth it, you just do that. Bend little tabs like that along the curvature so it will actually curve down. Makes it a lot easier than trying to form a curve into it. This is a short list of the tools you may need. I mean, you can mix it up any way you want. I got a couple different kinds of pliers. I got needle nose, and I got these flat-ended pliers right here. This makes it really good for like bending curves. I have a 3-sided ruler. It's good for drawing out your pattern. And what I like to do is take the sheet metal and actually place it over the top and push down to actually crease the metal. Like, you know, down the side of the DeLorean. I did all that just with the edge of that ruler. All the bends and stuff in the body. Even this one. I mean, you can use anything. If you have a sharp enough edge of a door, bookshelf, whatever. I used to use the frame of my bed. I got a couple different kinds of sheet metal shears. These, I like these. I've had these forever and I didn't even realize it. I checked my toolbox, found them. I have my old super scissors. That's what I made everything with, all my boats. All of these cars right here. Even that one back there and parts of this one. You will need a pen or a pencil. I mean, really, this is for the paper section. You will need a black Sharpie. And I use Amazing Goop. I mean, they have all kinds of this stuff. They have automotive, household, arts and craft. You got lawn and garden, plumbing. They have all kinds, but it's all the same glue. They just put it in a different package so you know it can be used for that. It's all the same makeup and everything. It holds, it's completely waterproof. It doesn't come off with water, and it's extremely durable. I've had a few people that did not believe me about the strength of goop, and I actually took a couple pieces of sheet metal like I did here and butted it together and challenged them to take it apart. They couldn't do it. It turns into a really strong, flexible rubber freaking seal that does not come off. I mean, you can't pull the panels apart. It doesn't stretch. It has just enough give to where it won't rip. Now, the panels that I stuck together and handed somebody, they actually tore the sheet metal holding it together, and the glue did not come off. So, use goop, weld it together, braze it together, do whatever you want to do. and I will show you how I do it. Okay, let me close these blinds so they don't get too much sunlight. Right here. First you have to find the car you want. You don't have to do it exactly like I do, remember? I don't have a printer, so this is how I do it. I find a car, let's say the Mad Max V8 Interceptor. And you would take a piece of paper you can actually kind of see through. I mean, if you hold it up to it and you can see through it, at least the body lines all the way down the car. I usually just lightly tape it to the screen and use a light pencil and just trace all the edges around the car, you know. I'd leave out all the little details and stuff. I can edit all that out, but let's say this quarter panel of a Dodge. A lot of people might know where I'm getting at with this Dodge, so I would show you how to cut out your own panels, but I cut my finger all the way to the bone, and if I bend it, it'll spray blood all over the place, so I can't really hold on to sheet metal shears. This is the only side shot I could find of a Dodge Monaco. So, even though it's just a toy, I've already sized it up. I go right click it and hit edit, and I blew the picture up to the size I needed. I held up a wheel to the car frames I use, which are Tamiya Hornets or Grasshoppers. I'd prefer the Hornet because it already has the suspension and the 540 motor, and this tire's bald, so naturally this tire is going to be a little bit bigger, but that's about where it's going to be. If you guys still haven't figured out what this is, there you go. Dukes of Hazzard, Hazard County Sheriff Roscoe Coltrane's car. And I've already got the quarter panel all sketched up, as you can see. I dumbed down the lines a little bit. I flattened the roof because it has that curvature to it, and I don't have an English wheel or anything, so I can't really curve all that yet, but it fits right there. Once you have your pattern, you would go ahead and cut it out. And what I do is I transfer it to a piece of poster board. And then I cut out the poster board, because then it's a durable stencil that you would then lay over a piece of sheet metal, like this one that cut the puke out of my finger a little while ago. You would, when you cut it out, you would lay it over the sheet metal. You would trace it out. And then cut it with your sheet metal shears, and that's it. It takes like 20 minutes and you have all your panels out, left and right side of the car. But what I do is when you go to cut it out on the sheet metal, draw you some tabs on top. Just like that. Leave a flap on top of the car. You could leave some down by the windows and the trunk area. You can like shark tooth it down here because there's a curve. I mean, all like that. Shark teeth can be a little shallower, but you get my point. And this will actually fold over and give you a place to glue your deck lid, your roof, and if you put another one right here, you'll have a place to mount the side of your window. So, it's that easy. When you have it all out and together, you know, you'll have your quarter panel, your door. What you do is you just butt it up together with some little bits of sheet metal, a little bit of goop, a whole bunch of clamps. and you'll end up with a complete side panel. This one's unusable because I screwed this one up. See, there's no tabs. So I have a complete side of an 80s LTD Crown Vic that I can never use. I mean, it's real sturdy. You can't pull that apart. I don't care how much you yank on it. You're going to cut the crap out of your hands before you're going to get that apart. Then what you do is you would go ahead and either mount it to your car, just put the sides on the frame. Let's see, pan the camera around here. We'll get a better look at the general. What I did was I mounted the sides first. Basically, I figured out how wide the car needed to be. And I made the body just a little bit wider. Then I just put a piece of sheet metal over the top. I glued it down onto the little tabs inside, little shark teeth and everything. And then I had my hood, my trunk, and my roof. And I had a car. I mean, couple days, man, at tops, man. I made an awesome car. Now the Cheviac, I made it entirely in 8 hours. I stayed up all night one night and just put it together. It's in real horrible shape, covered in cracks. It'll never be a structurally sound car again. All the body mounts are destroyed. But this car has been around a long time. For a car I drove every day, crashing into all kinds of things, on fire. It held up nice. Considering I only went through a couple windshields and about 20 rear windows. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm gonna make the Sheriff Roscoe Coltrane car to chase around the General. I will try to film it every step of the way. Thanks for watching.